This is the Midland Final Review Letter. Hi, I'm Consumer Protection Attorney Bill Clanton, and I've helped hundreds of consumers, regular folks like me and you, deal with debt collection harassment, inaccurate credit reporting, and other consumer-related matters. In this video, I'm going to talk about a letter that Midland's been sending out that has misrepresentations about their power in it. But before I do that, let's talk about who Midland is. Midland Credit Management and Midland Funding are two entities in Texas that file thousands of lawsuits against struggling consumers in Texas every week. Both Midland Funding and Midland Credit Management are owned by a publicly traded company called Encore Capital Management. Encore is traded on the stock exchange, and as a company that's traded on the stock exchange that people can invest in, they have to file a report every year with the government, and you can access that report online. I'll put a link to it below. But in that report, Encore says that they were able to squeeze $1.2 billion out of struggling consumers. Now, Encore has operations outside the United States, but most of that money came from struggling consumers in the United States. How did they squeeze all that money out of folks who are struggling? Well, Encore says that they use psychologists and mathematicians to help their collection efforts. I'm not making this up. It's in that report. Now, why would they use mathematicians and psychologists? Well, psychologists design a set of letters that get sent out. My best estimate is that Midland sends out about 10 letters to people whose accounts they're trying to collect. They send out a welcome letter. They send out warnings that they're going to review. Your account's going to be reviewed by attorneys or other folks. And all this is an effort to get you to call them so they can get you to set up a payment plan with them to pay this off. Now, the mathematicians track the letters and tell Midland which letters are more effective at getting people to call or make payment plans than other letters. So the psychologists design it and test it, and the mathematicians track the results so they can have the best and most effective letters at getting struggling consumers to pay money that has been charged off by banks. Now, here's an example of one of these letters. This is the Midland Final Notice Attorney Review Planned letter. Midland's been sending this letter out for quite a while. It must be effective. Now, this is just a black and white copy, but if you'd seen this in color, you'd recognize this as being a red Final Notice stamp. So what's wrong with this letter? Let's go through it. Okay, it's an important notice. Please read carefully. Failure to reply will result in attorney review. What's an attorney review? Well, attorney review is that an attorney who works for Midland will scroll through a spreadsheet and say, okay, let's draft lawsuits and all these. And they'll have legal assistants or paralegals or computer programs to draft these lawsuits. That's all that an attorney review is, an attorney scrolling through a spreadsheet. Now, what will an attorney do? An attorney will sue you, and they will seek to obtain a judgment. Okay, they can do that. They can sue you and get a judgment, yes. Okay, now, how could a judgment impact you? Now, Midland is saying that they could obtain a lien against your property. That is false. Midland cannot obtain a lien against your property in the state of Texas. Texas law says that a creditor cannot obtain a lien against your home and other property that is yours. There are large and generous exemptions in the state of Texas, and that statement by Midland that they can obtain a lien against your property is false. If you have received this letter, Attorney Review Plan, Final Notice, I want you to give me a call so we can talk about a case that you may have against Midland. If you're tired of Midland's harassment and you receive one of these letters, I want to talk to you. You can call me or text me at the number below. Thanks for watching.